he's hot and has like a hot wife now.
Yeah.
All right, I got one.
All right.
What's love got to do? Got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion?
What does that even mean?
God damn, it is a second-hand emotion.
What does that even mean? Is that anything?
She was getting hit by her husband, and she was like, I don't know. What is love? If not a
second-hand emotion.
Strong, hand. Oh, my God. Welcome to Respectfully Podcast. I'm Andrea Allen.
I'm Lizzie Cassidy, and joining us today, hilarious comedian, friend of the pod, it's Allie O'Neill.
Hey, how are you?
Big
Hey,
Red
buddy.
in the
That's me.
house.
I'm Big Red. Thank
my
you.
God.
Can this please catch on?
Yeah.
I've been trying to get this
Do you
to
wanna
catch on
be
for
Big
so
Red?
long. Please call me Big Red.
Done,
She's
dude.
still Big Red.
It's funny.
This is a song-based podcast.
Yeah. God, I loved that movie.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Bring it on. What a feminist piece of art.
Yeah.
Just hot bitches yelling at each
And
other.
really intersectional feminism, if you think about it.
The one black girl.
No, there was
That's all it takes. That's all it takes for it to be intersectional.
There was the other black cheer team that they were stealing cheers from.
Oh, wow.
Big Red was
Oh my
stealing
God.
cheers.
Good point.
Dude, I forgot about that storyline in that movie.
And Hayden Panettiere had to be like, Big Red is a thief. You guys.
Wow. All the younger listeners, go back and watch Bring It On.
I wonder if it holds up.
Probably not.
There's no way.
There's no fucking
Dude, I've seen
way.
clips of Hayden Panettiere dancing,
Yeah.
and she looks like...
Oh my God, when she does the little thing where she sticks her butt out, it's
Hayden Panettiere is not it's Kirsten Dunst.
Wow.
No, it's
Wait, what
Hayden
movie am I thinking of?
Panettiere.
Let's look it
And
up.
Bring It On?
Mike, don't fucking mansplain this to me.
You're
Right?
just thinking of
Kirsten
another
Dunst and
squinty white
Gabrielle
woman.
Union.
No,
I
there's
saw
okay.
Bring It On in the theaters.
Okay, we're talking about two different Bring It Ons, Mike. Mike, we're both right.
Yeah. Yes.
There's multiple Bring It Ons.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
Bring It
got
On 2
Sorry,
was like...
I didn't mean to get the claws
Yeah.
out at you.
I had such a big Kirsten Dunst crush when I was like, I don't know, what, 12, I guess?
Everyone
And,
did.
Yeah, I was into her. And
Yeah.
I went with my friends to see the cheerleading movie in the theaters.
Oh, wow.
Whoa,
And guys,
how old were you?
12, maybe 13.
Did you
I
all?
guess.
You guys all got
18.
boned up in the theater together?
Yeah.
Well, we were all just like, that movie kind of sucked, but Kirsten Dunst is hot.
Yeah, this is the most straight Mike's ever heard
Oh, that
sounded
movie
like
didn't
on the podcast.
suck. You guys are
Yeah, that
just
movie
misogynistic
fucking ruled,
12-year-olds.
Yeah, well, speaking of
Remember
Mike,
Stick It?
Was
the
that on the
gymnastics
CW?
movie? The gymnastics movie?
wow, you know a lot about dance-based movies.
Stick It was a lesbian awakening movie for a lot of people, and when I said Stick It, I heard Ronnie go, So I'm right about this.
Ronnie is a lesbian.
I am right about this. So fuck you guys.
All right.
That movie rules. Watch it. It's really a feminist power piece.
Okay, well, I did a little tease but we have a Mike call out.
Mike, we're calling you out.
in the
We have
pod.
a bone to pick with old Mikey over
Yeah.
here.
And
And we'll tell Allie what happened. You
I
can
can't
chime
wait.
in.
I can't wait to hear.
Mike, well, do
Mike,
you
why
want
don't you tell us
why
your
don't
side of the story?
take the floor?
My side of the story?
Yeah.
This is the story.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah,
other
just-
side.
Tell us.
You're teeing this up like it's like something like really bad.
Yeah,
I know, I'm just
no.
And
kidding.
it's just something that's like kind of dumb and embarrassing.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's
I'm
amazing.
so happy that it happened. I'm sorry the panic it caused you, but boy, did it spark joy for me.
Boy, was it fun for us.
Yeah.
It wasn't too much panic. So like for the audience, the short version of this story and like the cliff notes is I believe I almost got sextorted.
Yeah.
Which
Oh my
is
God.
what happens to old lonely men.
Yeah, dude.
Which
Yep.
is what I am becoming rapidly.
You got catfished by a Russian.
I think so. Yeah. So in my like the Z-list celebrity that I am lucky enough to have because of guys we fucked.
Yeah.
It's been my experience that a lot of women that listen to that show in the 6-7 years that I've worked on it will literally just like DM me and send me like nudes or send me like whatever. And it was not uncommon for me to kind of like have that was part of my life.
Mike's golden age.
Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like 30 to 32, 33, which is only a year ago.
30,
Yeah.
40, and driving.
Big, dude. I'm
Was-
so sorry.
And how old are you now?
34.
Okay.
I'll be 35 at the end of the year.
She's reformed.
Yeah.
That's how numbers work.
So I was walking home from the bus a few nights ago.
And I saw some big boobies. And I couldn't help myself. I took my dick out on the street. I took a picture of it.
Exactly where sextortion happens.
So I was-
on the way home from the
Do you want to hear the story, or do you want to be jerk offs?
Sorry.
So I'm walking home from the bus, and I see that this like hot chick followed me on Instagram, and I like followed her back and like sent like a flirty message, whatever.
What did you say?
Nothing. I was like, thanks for the follow, I think, with like a wink.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's
Nice.
fine. That's cute.
And she was like, yeah, like you too, like blah, 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 blah. Like very minimal conversation. And then I kind of like let it go. I didn't think about it for a couple days. And then over the weekend, I was just kind of like home alone, hanging out. And I started like flirty texting this what I believed was a woman. And it's a very
Wow,
the profile is
transphobic,
really
okay.
it's really in depth. There is first off the pictures of this potential woman are very attractive. But there's pictures of her like, you know, her brother got engaged. So she's like, oh, like congrats, bro. Like me next or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's like years of pictures of her.
Interesting.
From like 2020 like 19. So we start talking. And she just starts getting pretty aggressive pretty quickly, sexually.
Is she like choking you out stuff, or just like, you know, what do you
she's
mean by
just-
aggressive?
Like she was very flirty, but like pouring it on thick.
All right.
Like she was kind of like
She was like, I want to fuck you.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like, my boobs are so big right now.
Yeah.
Basically, she was like,
I don't know what women say.
My boobs are rock hard
I want to
for
send
you.
you pics.
I want to send you pics. Okay.
Yeah, she was like, I want to send you pics. Like we should like whatever. And I was like, yeah, great. What was I gonna say? Like,
Yeah.
No.
Maybe though.
Why? Hold on. But why? But I think this is such a difference between men and
Yeah.
women. It's like
Yeah.
to me,
Men
like,
and women are different. It
Yeah.
turns
This,
out.
yeah, they women and women are shopping.
Yeah.
You know?
Women be shopping and men be getting sex extorted on Instagram.
Yeah. So, but this is the thing. It's like she, like when we were talking, she told me she was 28 and she wanted to send me like pictures of her. Like, why would I say? I don't understand why I would
Yes,
say
I
no.
know that you're a man.
I get it.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So
I think I would say yes if for science.
Yeah.
for science,
Yeah, like if some fucking guy, like hot guy, was in my DMs, like, God, I so badly want you to see my cock. I'd be like, well, there's got to be something going on
yeah,
with it.
yeah.
It's either
Totally.
huge or weird, so send it over.
but
Yeah.
that was obviously the
Put it in the mail.
where I should have been suspicious. Ronnie, can you just hand me my water, please?
That's where it's just the mouth's getting dry.
Thirsty.
I'll say
Most
this.
talking I've done all week.
I never in 2020 I was in a bad place, as we all are, and a younger comedian got into my ear and was like, people don't do dating apps, they only DM now, like that's how dating works. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm hip.
Yeah.
And then some like kind of cute twinky young guy started talking to me, and I went on a date with him, and we went for a walk in the park, and it turned out he was like a reformed Mormon who was out of his fucking mind.
Oof.
And like had like was
Yeah.
a virgin, but like some massage therapist jerked him off, and he had like guilt about it. And I was like,
Your type.
oh yeah, right. But no, I was like, oh, this is, and he was like, do you want to come back to my apartment? And I was like, no. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, this is why you don't do this with internet people.
Yeah.
You know?
Andrew, this is like such a step beyond what happened.
Yeah, but I
to
feel
me.
like
I
that
didn't meet
this
up with
is-
this person.
No,
and,
I know.
If I had been in that situation, I wouldn't have been like, yeah, let me come in and like
Sure,
do
sure,
whatever. This was literally like this was something that I was used to because
Yeah, sure.
I had done it a million times with like girls that at least. But I think the one difference was I knew that those women were like guys we fucked listeners.
Yeah.
This is how you know that Mike has a big dick.
Yes.
Because he's publicly saying that he sent it to a lot of people. And guys with bad dicks are like, their biggest fear is someone leaking their dick
Yeah,
pics.
yeah.
And
Oh, no.
Mike is like, I don't know, I'll fucking send one in the mail, dude.
Right. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So, long story short, she got to the point where she was like, she like I really teetered on it because something felt a little off.
Yeah.
And I just
Listen
wasn't
to your
sure.
gut, girly.
But then eventually I just sort of gave in. I was like, let me see if maybe I can finesse this in a way where it's like I can test this out.
Yeah.
Can I
The
ask
right
a quick
way?
question?
Yeah.
Was the ultimate goal of this interaction just fun sexting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't like, maybe if I send a picture of my hog to this lady, one day I'll fuck her in real life.
No, I mean, like, I did what I usually do when I do this. I was like, oh, do you live in New York? Are you coming to New York anytime
Yeah,
soon?
sure.
Like, if she had lived here, then maybe. But, like,
Go get a drink maybe at
Where
some
did
point.
she say she lived?
Ohio. But she was from California.
I would say that too if I was a robot.
Yeah.
Ohio.
But I was making it clear, too, along the way, because I got her number.
Yeah.
And then I sent her a text. It was green texts.
And we know that Mike thinks green text belong to robots.
Yes.
And I agree with you.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I agree.
Oh, okay. I was about to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I think if they're like, you should message me on WhatsApp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
That's definitely
yeah.
a scam.
Do you
Yeah.
have Kick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Totally.
Do you want a Snapchat only?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I start sending her regular text messages, and I tell her, I was like, oh, you have green text messages. It seems, she was like, not you calling me poor. I was like, I don't know about poor, but in my experience,
Oh,
it
this
kind of
girl's
feels like a
good.
scam.
Yeah.
This guy
She
is
was like,
good.
scam.
Yeah.
She was like, I sent you like an IG video of me with my dogs. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'm doing all this math in my head. I was like, I don't know. No.
You're like, send me a picture
Yeah.
of your boobs next to today's newspaper.
I thought,
Like a hostage
I swear
video.
to God, I thought about being like, I need to see some proof that you're real.
Dude,
like,
someone asked me to do that on Tinder. No joke. And I did it because I'm a
I've also
lonely
done it.
woman.
Yeah.
I've also done
Yeah.
that.
Wait, a boobs next to newspaper?
No, but like they're like you have
Face
to hold
next-
up like you have to like hold up a piece of paper with today's date on it or my
Oh,
name
yeah,
or something.
Okay, that's fair.
it's almost
yeah.
a compliment though, because that person.
No,
must
that
have
is.
thought
I was
that
like, you
were
think
so
I'm
hot.
a robot?
You think I'm bot hot? That's
You think
huge.
I would catfish as like a regular girl?
right. So,
your
so I kind of like I'm feeling it out, and she's like backing off a little bit, and I'm like I don't know, maybe she's real, like maybe she's actually insulted.
Yeah.
And I like and I go to sleep and I wake up and I'm like super horny when I wake up. Mm-hmm. So I just
Slay.
like kind of
Nice.
like get it going again. And then she is like, of course, like ready to go. It's like 10 a.m. on our time.
She's got
like,
Zelle open on her
you know
phone.
how all women are always ready to go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It definitely doesn't take me half an hour to take one nude.
Yeah.
so she's like, so we start talking, and she's just like we go a couple text messages, and then she goes right back to Instagram.
Interesting.
She like sends me a video on Instagram, and then
Hacker.
and now she's like begging to see my dick.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Whoa.
and I'm like,
Whoa.
that's when I'm like, something's wrong.
What a huge
I'm like, I've
slut.
been in this situation a lot. No one's ever like begged for a dick pic.
Yeah.
A lot of women will be like, yeah, show me, or like, yeah, like they'll like casually kind of be cool about it.
Yeah.
But I don't get like 5 text messages in a row that's like, I want to see it. Please show it to me. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's
So I
that's.
start thinking something's amiss. So
At this point, you start to think something's amiss.
I've had
He's
my
been
hesitations.
suspicious
Yeah,
this whole
yeah,
time.
you're right.
Yes.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
I've been navigating with care.
Yeah.
So I send like a little like snap vid.
Yeah.
Of like kind of like pubic hair.
All right. I have
All
to
right.
stop you here.
This is what we wanted to bring up.
Whoa.
This is what we were getting at this whole time.
What?
Well, Mike texted us and said, I only sent bottom of shaft.
No, base.
Yeah,
of-
bottom-
base
yeah.
Bottom of shaft. It
Base
was
of shaft.
bottom.
Oh.
Bottom of shit. Yeah.
Wait, like balls up?
Not even balls. It was like
It was-
literally
Oh, like the
tummy.
top. Oh, you got like
Bottom
the,
tummy,
I
top
got like
dick
shaft.
pelvis. Basically
dick
like
Dick root. It was
Yeah,
dick
yeah.
root?
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, dick root. Yeah.
Pubes
exactly.
and dick root, yeah.
Yeah. And that I sent like a vid of that with like the blanket over me because I was like, there's really no way that you could like,
Sex store this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
like
you
a
put a
little
you
tease.
you put a teacup on the top of your dick, and then you pulled the blanket out, and the teacup stayed.
I wish I had tried to be creative. But, yeah, so this and
You
again
sent a
she
sketch of your dick.
she just keeps going. She keeps just like I gotta see like and that's when I was like,
This
all right,
rat bitch.
now something's like up. So
Yeah.
I sent a text to a friend of ours who I want to kind of talk about this on my show. Mike really rules.
Yeah.
So I want to remain a little keep him anonymous for now.
Yeah.
But he was also following her.
Yeah.
on
Of course he
Instagram.
was. Is it who I'm thinking of?
Yes, it's who we talked about.
Yeah, of
prior.
course he was following her.
What a
And
big dummy.
I messaged him and I was like, well, like, do you know this person? and he goes, the first thing he says is, I think she's some high-level Russian bot. Stay away.
Wow.
High level.
High level. Yeah, well, high
of
level
course.
because there's so much detail on the page.
Yeah.
Dude, high
High
level.
level.
Yeah.
This
So-
is high level espionage.
Dude, honestly, okay. One thing that I want to point out
What a
is like,
scumbag,
do
by
you
the
think
way.
any
Him?
like,
Yeah, the high level bot. What a scumbag.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What?
but also it's like, I don't know, because I've never really done this. Has any woman actually been super offended when you thought they were a bot and they weren't? Like, do people get offended by that?
I've always been like, either
Yeah.
flattered or I just think you're crazy.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't super offended.
well,
but
you,
she
you
was-
said that she started pulling away and you were wondering if she was offended or whatever. And so I'm like, I don't know. I feel like if somebody
No,
accused me of being a
I-
bot, I wouldn't be offended. Like, I wouldn't pull away.
Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, I promise.
So
I'm
I
not.
don't. I don't
tell
think
a
it was
joke.
offense as much as it was like. It started off like a hot and heavy conversation, and now all of a sudden I'm getting a little like paranoid.
Yeah.
So it just kind of like
or
pours
just using
water on
your
it.
judgment
Yeah,
correctly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 So I think that, but I don't know. This
Well,
is the
we're
thing.
really interested in root of dick.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
We're really interested in bottom of shaft.
That's what you're interested in.
Yeah,
What do you
because
want?
well, here's the thing. The whole story adds more context, and I get what you mean now. But I originally thought that your go-to move
No.
was to send bottom of shaft,
No,
which is fucking nuts.
No. I've never done that before. I did that.
I've never met a woman who's like, God, where his dick meets his pubes is so hot. Oh my God, what a strong base.
No. That's not what. No. I did that.
It's so funny. And I'm not saying you were doing this, but it's so funny when men try to be sexy in like a teasy way.
Oh, my God.
But that
I know.
I did, Lizzie. I did that because I was
I
paranoid.
know now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
understand
yeah,
that now.
yeah.
I'm just saying in general.
No, but men
when
do be
men
doing
do
that.
do that.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
general, when men are like, "What about a little bit of this?"
Yeah.
It's like, shut up,
Yeah.
dude.
If you put
That's
on
for
a,
girls.
if you put on like an Alexa like purple lamp when you're taking a nude, if you got like a color story,
it's enough.
It's enough.
It's enough.
Just send me a fucking
Or like
jack off video.
I've had guys
we're
send me
right.
like a
Yeah.
picture where they lift up their pants and like it's like their boxers and their hard.
Oh
Yes,
my
like, I don't need
God.
to see your dick
I-
inside
Yeah.
of your boxer.
I also
Show
need
me
to
the
see your
meat.
dirty boxers.
I
Yeah.
know, dude.
Yeah.
Oh
Your
my
guys-
God.
disgusting boxers.
Guys are at a serious disadvantage in that field. Because
Yeah,
there's
no,
not a
yeah.
whole
I
lot
know we
can
have
do
tits,
to, like-
ass,
Yeah.
and pussy. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
But
just
the
like-
thing is though, you're not at a disadvantage because all of these guys are always the ones telling me they want to send it. I'm not asking for it.
Yeah.
So
Well-
if you want to send it so bad, just send your front-facing cock.
Right,
Yeah.
but Lizzie,
And
this,
stop sending me these weird little cryptic images.
this is exactly why I had my
Hieroglyphics.
hesitations the whole time. Because
Yeah.
I was like, I've done this a lot with a lot of women.
Yeah.
And it's never like this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
girls, women are usually into it and they'll like allude like, oh yeah, like you'll
You
get a
edged
daddy
the
sometimes
spot,
or
yeah.
whatever. But they're never like, they never send 6 text messages in a row that are like, oh
Right.
God, show me. I need
More
to see
dick
it.
pics.
Oh
No,
my God.
I do think you were smart and right about this, and I understand why you said bottom of shaft.
Yes.
I'm just zooming out to a larger problem,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
which is the bottom of shaft problem.
But have
The
you guys
bottom of
ever
shaft
got? You guys have gotten
problem.
bottom of shaft?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
gotten
big
bottom
time.
of shaft
Yeah.
big time.
That's
with the
weird, then.
hand, with the hand
Oh, the
around
hand,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
For,
One time.
for scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. One time a guy sent me a video of, so he like propped up his phone, I'm assuming on his pillows.
Adorable. First
Yeah.
of all,
He was, like,
adorable.
he was
Yeah.
kneeling on his bed
Yep.
and like fucking his hand.
Oh.
Oh, that stinks.
Also, when the
that
hand
stinks on ice,
when
dude.
the hand comes in, I'm like, what weird shit are you hiding with the hand?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and famously, I've said before that I'm only really interested in a sound on cum shot video.
Agreed.
Anything else is doing nothing.
I
for
know,
me.
yeah. Unless it's
But-
like you gotta check the waters before you hang
Yeah,
out with
yeah.
them.
But I mean, if we're like actually fully sexting and you're gonna send me
Yeah.
something. But this one guy sent me a sound on cum shot video. Actually, I have 2 of these. One, he just came right onto his floor.
dude, and then he like took his
I,
shoe and
like,
rubbed
heard-
it into the carpet.
I heard it. No, it was a hardwood floor, and I heard it. I heard it hit the ground.
Dude, it had heft.
And that was not a turn on?
And like my pussy turned inside out. Like I was like, ew.
It was like a velociraptor, like
Dude, it sounded like you dropped
like-
a wet octopus on the floor.
It's like a splat.
Yeah.
It was like a full blown like wet thunk.
That's kind of gross.
And then another guy.
I don't know. I don't really hate that.
Another guy. It's kind of hot if you like the guy.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that into it. You know how? Do you guys get this? When you're not into a guy enough, you think his cum is gross.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
But if you like
Yeah.
him, you think it's hot. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
And you're like, I'll lick it up off the floor.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't like
Put it
him, so I
in a
thought his
dog
cum was
bowl.
gross, and then it thwapped. And then I
Yeah.
was like, enough of this. And then also another guy sent me one where he came right onto his comforter. And then I didn't respond right away because I was like doing the thing women do where we're like sexting and jerking off, but we're actually just like hanging out with our friends.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
And so I didn't respond right away. And then
Showing
he
the
goes,
screen to our friends.
and then
Yeah.
he goes, by the way, I put the comforter in the hamper right after.
That guy wanted to fuck you so badly.
So badly. So badly.
But okay, quick question though. When
Yeah.
did she then be like, give me money? Or was she like,
so
I'm going to
it
show
never
your
got
base to
there.
everybody?
No, it never got there. Like that's the thing.
Also, how would you feel if that did if base got leaked?
So this is actually where, this is the thing. Ronnie and I talked about this like 2 hours ago before you guys got here. I really thought about it while I was kind of having like a little moment of like, oh God, this could be bad.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what really, other than the fact that it's embarrassing that like you got by a bot.
Yeah, that's kind of the more embarrassing
That's
thing.
the most
Right.
embarrassing
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
about it.
I started thinking about it. I was like, I didn't do anything like wrong.
No,
here.
no.
Like
No.
she says she's 28, so it's not like it was like
Yeah.
an underage person.
Yeah.
Like she's literally begging to see the dick, so it's
Yeah.
not like I.
So it's
sent it unsolicited.
consensual.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like looking at it all. I was like, this doesn't. Other than looking like an asshole, this
Yeah.
doesn't make me look really
It,
that bad.
it just is embarrassing to be horny.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
it's deeply
embarrassing to get caught in like a weird moment. But I've said this before. Like I don't know if my dick
You're a
pics
sexual
got
being,
leaked,
girlfriend.
right. And like I have a background of like being involved in like the sex world. So
Yeah.
it's not like I'm not all that like concerned by it. So I started thinking about it. I was like, I don't think there's much of an issue here, other than looking kind of pathetic. You know.
I had
Sure,
a
and you
guy-
do that with your social media already, so it's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah,
You're trying hats on in your story or
Yeah,
whatever. I love you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. By the way,
Sorry for saying
we
that.
love Mike, and Mike is a true ally, and
Yeah.
so thank you for being
DM him a
vulnerable.
picture of your boobs,
Yeah.
and you'll get bottom of shaft.
Yeah.
I
You
one
did
time,
nothing wrong. It's not your fault.
No,
It's
I
not
know.
your fault.
Not your
It's
fault.
not your fault.
That was the thing that our friend had kind of also said.
You
too.
were asking for it a little bit though. You see how you're dressed on Instagram?
Yeah,
you
look
slut.
at your little Italian haircut.
Your little
Thirst trap
slut.
boy.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: as someone who is solidly in the sex world,
Right.
Sex world guy,
Yeah.
I have videos of me fucking on the internet,
Right.
And I went through that leap too of like, oh, you're never going back after this, brother. But then I was like, ugh, my dad's dead. My mom's too busy buying houses and selling houses,
And you're not going to
being-
run for Congress or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I'm like already solidly a pig. And I'm like, I look fuckingly great in these videos.
Solidly a
Yeah.
pig.
Yeah.
Like when you
That's
when
the
you
thing. Like, if you're worried about your nudes leaking, just send better nudes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I sent
Right.
one time I sent a crazy guy a picture of my tits, and he was like, and then I stopped. I broke up with him, and he was like, "What if I like sent this picture of your tits to all my friends?" It's like, "Oh, you mean the best picture of my tits?"
Yeah.
If I could, I'd make that my Instagram profile picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
literally
It's like an
think-
amazing photo of my. Send it to whoever you fucking want, dude.
The only thing I ever get concerned with all of these types of situations is that like you'd send it to a minor or that you'd send it to somebody
Yeah.
that didn't
Yeah.
want it. You know.
Yeah.
But certainly wasn't the case here.
No,
like there's
no.
enough proof there where it's just like, I mean, whatever. This is just like, yeah, it's embarrassing, I guess, but like, and also. You can't really send it to. I know how technology works. Like,
Right.
You got all my every email address in my address book. Like, who are you gonna really send it to?
Yeah, that's a bullshitter. Wait,
Yeah,
can
you're
you-
gonna
Yeah.
send it to like the Etsy spam accounts that email me every day.
Right.
They can have
it's
them.
also like, yeah, all right, send it to my two bosses at the time, Corinne Fisher and Christina Hutchinson.
Right.
Right,
That's
right.
what I was gonna say. Also, we're
Like,
comedians. It's like,
Right.
what are you gonna send my tits to a comedy club?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
They'll be
It's
like, well,
what?
clearly you sent your tits to the wrong person.
Yeah.
You want to do a spot this weekend?
Yeah, right. Hey, Lizzie, nice tits.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna send my tits to the gutter?
Yeah.
This next comedian has huge cans. Give it up for
Right,
Lizzie
right.
Cassidy.
I will say
Right.
the one thing that I would hate is if somebody got me like if they had screenshots of like what I was saying.
Yeah.
Oh my, yeah, that would
Like
be
if I
deeply
was
embarrassing.
if
yeah.
I was doing like, and then I'm gonna let you, that would be tough.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
would be
tough.
really bad.
That would be tough.
And then like they like imagine they like send that to your mom, and your mom has to be like, my
little
daughter's a
baby
pig
angel.
whore.
I mean, can we tell this? Can we put this person's username out there? It's a sextortionist. The sextortionist.
So I don't know for a fact because it didn't get there.
It might just be a slut.
It could, yeah, it could be a real person. So
I mean that with
if
love.
that is
Yeah.
the case, like I don't want to like dox somebody,
Yeah.
like because it didn't get to the point where I got extorted at all.
Yeah.
because like I think I was smart in how I maneuvered it, and then once I talked to our mutual friend, he was like, "This has happened to me before." He
Hilarious.
said, "I almost took the bait with this person." So
Wow.
this is like happened to him, and he was gonna do it again with her.
God.
And he was just like, when it happened to me, like. I had sent a bunch of dick pics, and then I like immediately they were like they screenshotted what I had sent and they
Yeah.
sent it back with like a screenshot of his
Oh,
LinkedIn
yeah.
and like his email or whatever, and it was like, give us $5,000 or we're gonna like send this to whoever. And then he was just like, and then I just blocked them and nothing happened.
Yeah.
and he had talked to another person that had happened to
There's got to be a support group for this
well,
stuff.
and that's
You
why
just
I
gotta
wanted to talk to him on my pod about it to talk
Yeah.
about this, because I do think that it's like it made me feel better that like more like
Reasonable guys got.
it's just like, yeah, you get guys get got, like
I
people
don't know.
do
I'd call this guy
now.
reasonable.
Yeah, maybe
What a
reasonable is not the
famously
word.
unreasonable man.
yeah.
But a good guy.
But a great guy
Yeah,
who I
great man,
love.
yeah.
But also, like, it's so funny. It would be so much funnier if we could say who it was, but it's so funny to picture him being like, high level Russian bot. Next.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so like once I had it confirmed that it's like happens to dudes all the time,
Yeah.
I felt bad. But I will say the one thing that did come out of it for me in a moment where like we didn't get to the point where I was actually turned into like a victim of a crime here, but I did start thinking about like the women that have had their like famous women who've had their shit leaked.
Yeah.
And I've started to feel real. I had looked at some of that stuff when that happened.
Oh my.
Out of just curiosity.
Yeah, sure.
Like Jennifer Lawrence or whatever.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, those ones are
I
good.
get it. Yeah.
I felt
She's
bad.
hot.
Yeah.
Immediately. I was just like, man, this is like I almost had something like this happen to me, and
Well,
I'm not
base
as
of
famous
Shaft.
as them.
I mean, you're fine.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you-
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah,
I
yeah.
could draw the
invasion
base of Eddie
privacy.
Man's shaft,
Yeah.
by the way.
No, yeah, I know. I know what you mean.
I just felt bad, and I was just like, all right, I understand. Like this could easily happen to anybody now.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not a person of like I'm a very very low level public figure.
Yeah.
And this person found me and almost got me.
Yeah.
If like we think that's what could have happened. And like I can't imagine how brutal it must be if people actually care about who you are.
Yeah.
And something like that happens. you know?
I got got in such an embarrassing way during, again, beginning of the pandemic, tough times, and I was trying to get pay pigs. It was a difficult time for everybody. I was like, let
Yeah.
me fucking get
I
some
get it.
cash money. Also, pay pigs are just like the funniest thing imaginable. Like your
Yeah.
fucking
I
cake is
know.
that you empty your bank account in this economy.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
God made them to correct for misogyny.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. Yes.
There are people who it makes you come to send me money.
Yeah.
That's all. That's so sick.
The
you
earth is
freak.
balanced. But
Nature is healing.
Yeah.
seriously, but pay pigs are famously like a lot of the time they're trying to extort you. Like it's a muddy game.
Yeah.
And then I started getting into like foot territory, and some fucking little rat was like, "I'll give you 500 if you like snap with me first." By the way, lessons to all the solidly pig people on the internet. Except get the money first. Always
Yeah.
get the money first.
You always get the money
I did
first.
not-
No matter what you're doing.
I didn't
That's
know.
crazy.
I know.
How? How did you not know?
I was bipolar. It was a pandemic.
all
and
right.
Things were crazy.
we can let
You were
that slide.
desperate.
Yeah, I was so desperate, and I cleaned my feet. I went into the bathroom and I tried to put my little feetsies in the
sink.
Yeah, and it was so sad. And then I got on the floor. I arched him up like a little ballerina.
you slut.
And this guy fucking got on there, black camera, no lighting, nothing, and then just a quick, and then hung up.
Yeah.
And you didn't get paid?
That's
course
stealing.
not.
That's stealing.
Yeah, I should file a lawsuit.
Absolutely.
Small claims
Yeah.
court.
But at least it was just feet.
Yeah, I know.
That's true, yeah.
I wouldn't have given pussy away for free, but again, the mentality was like, "Pfft, feet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how a lot of people
Right.
feel about it. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Let's take a break.
Yes.
We'll come back and we'll do our first Respectfully segment. Mike, that was really brave of you to share.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing, Mike.
To the boys out there.
And we all really appreciate your story.
yes.
Thanks, guys.
And I think a lot of people can learn from it.
I agree.
I hope.
And I'm sure the bottom of your shaft looks great, buddy.
yeah. I did. Yes.
Or is it the
It's
top?
wide. It's,
Yeah.
you know.
It
Yeah.
could be the top.
Is it the top of the bottom?
Yeah,
It
that's
could be the
true.
top
Depends on
of
how
the
you're
shaft,
standing.
bottom of the dick.
Yeah.
Bottom of the dick, top of the shaft.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
just gravity.
Yes.
Yes.
Unless
agree.
you're doing a handstand, then it's the
Either
top.
way, it's the best around.
Yeah. Everybody, Mike Bottom of Shaft Coscarelli, thank you for sharing. We learned, we growed.
Thank you.
Let's take a little break and we'll be right back.
What's shaft got to do?
Got to do with it. What shaft
got to do
But a
with it?
edging a bot? Mike Coscarelli, you're a scientist and a wizard and a businessman.
And a princess.
Yeah, and you didn't get got by this bot, which is I'm
And
proud
we're all
of
really
you.
proud of you.
Yeah. This second Respectfully segment, this is something that sets me the fuck off.
Yeah. Okay.
It is maybe one of my biggest triggers.
I hate this. I hate this.
Oh my God.
I feel like
okay.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, okay, let's see. So, respectfully, enough with this fucking my family first. I love my family.
Respectfully, if
God.
you love
Yeah.
your family too much, you're fucking annoying.
You're a
Oh, of
fucking
course.
weirdo.
Those people also like Harry Potter. Like
Yes.
people,
Yeah.
Like when people tell me they like Harry Potter, I'm like, we get it. Your parents are still together.
Yeah,
Literally,
okay.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're
What?
like, oh, it's so
Also-
terrible that he lived under the stairs. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Also, there are normal people who love their parents, you know, and like
Yes.
their parents
Yeah.
are still together and they have good relationships. But then there are these fucking freaks who are like, well, my mom's my best friend. All right, then you don't have any friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're,
That's crazy. Your mom
fucking-
is your best friend.
yeah, what do you tell your mom about Base of Shaft? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are people who are telling their mom about Base of Shaft.
I know,
Yeah.
it's fucking nuts.
It's emotional incest and you're sick.
You're a sick.
You're sick.
And here's-
your mom is supposed to be like a business partner.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like
She keeps you on track.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
supposed to be
At
like a
best-
boss,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
business partner,
Yeah.
and I don't know, a nurse.
Yeah.
At best, she's like the friend that you don't tell everything to.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
the old friend who's judgy,
Yes.
who you like care a lot about, but you don't have a lot in common anymore.
Yeah, people who like
Yes.
people who go on a first date and tell their mom about it. You're sick.
Also,
Oh, God,
my
yeah.
God.
Sick.
No.
Enough with the siblings. Also, you fucking
Oh my
weirdo. Your
God,
brother's your best.
dude.
Just
You're
fuck
sitting
your
on your
brother
brother's
already.
lap.
Oh
Fuck
my
him already,
God,
you
you're
pig.
sick.
You know what's fucking disgusting is twins.
Twins.
Twins are so weird if they're close and
Yeah.
they do
Yeah.
everything together. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Twins who
know.
are posting Instagram captions that are like from the womb to the tomb.
Okay, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's
I like
actually
the
good.
implication that if one of them dies, the other one will kill
Oh my
themselves.
god, no,
Yes.
I watched a TLC show about these twins who couldn't be apart. They slept in the same room. They dated the same guy. They couldn't
Good
be
for
apart
him.
from each
Lucky
other.
guy,
I
yeah.
know.
Good for
Kinda
him.
cool.
You gotta find a
He
pair
was
of
also
twins.
he was
Yeah.
also fully busted.
Yeah.
But
of course.
this therapist, they like TLC like brought in a therapist, and the therapist was like, you have to spend a night apart from each other because one day one of you will die.
Yeah.
And you are so dependent on each other that you're not going to be able to handle it. So they spent one night apart, got back together, and into the camera were like, we didn't like that. We don't want to do the show anymore. If one of us dies, the other will kill herself. Bye.
Dude, it's like when you get two birds together and one of them dies, and then the other
Yeah.
bird dies like
yeah.
2 weeks
Sugar
later.
Yeah.
gliders. Sugar gliders
Sugar
die
gliders
of a broken
die.
heart.
Really?
And I respect the hell out of that. Yes. If they get separated.
You're turning.
I'm sorry. No. I mean,
I know, yeah. Now you're like, actually, I think it's pretty cool.
Actually, I would kill myself.
Actually, I think my fiance should die if I die.
Yeah. I will. Okay. And the more nefarious version, like this is the fun part of
Yeah.
this, the deeper one that really sets me the fuck off is when it's like, your family is abusive and you're gaslighting everyone around you that familia or whatever weird
Yeah.
like bullshit where it's like we all keep our secrets and we hide it and my dad
Yeah, you're
hits
not in
me
the
and my mom
mob.
is mean to me.
You're
And
from
it's
Toledo.
great. Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're like, blood is thicker than water.
Yes.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
It's,
You're
ugh, God.
also like
Well, it's thinner than marinara sauce, you
Yeah.
fucking loser.
this is just a shady attack on Italians.
But also,
Yeah.
but also flip it.
Yeah.
Mike, listen. Also, when you flip it, the worst is when you start talking shit about your own family because they're
That's it,
annoying
yeah.
you, and then these people go, "Hey, don't talk about your mother like that."
Yes.
And I'm
you're
like, you don't know her.
You
Yes.
don't talk about my mother like that.
yeah.
Yes.
You don't talk to my mother's daughter like that.
Yes. Well, you become like a non-person. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's actually about. A lot of the times people do it with your father. If you're a woman, like, would your father like it if you were a whore on the internet?
Dude,
like,
my dad doesn't like me anyway.
Yes,
There's nothing I
exactly.
can do to get him to like me.
he hates me. He tried
Yeah.
to steal my kidney. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's a real fact, by the way. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. So it's like it's harmful to everyone around. People who are honest about having like tough family relationships, it's just like it completely denies them the ability to like be like, yeah, it's tough and complicated and it really actually fucks me up a lot. And
Yeah.
now you're coming in here being like, it's Christmas. What are you, a baby? Shut up.
Yeah, it's also, here's the other thing, is like when you talk shit about your family and people are like, you're talking like about your family that way?
Yeah.
I'm like, you think I don't already have guilt
Yes.
about not
Right.
having great
You think I
relationships?
don't hate this?
Yeah.
You think
I
that
hate this.
Like, I don't need you to make me feel more fucking guilty about it, even though you have no idea what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
It's also, I hate people who put like politeness and niceties
Oh my
over
God.
Yeah.
everything.
Over like being a healthy human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yes.
Andrea's trying to say that her dad tried to steal a kidney from her.
Yeah.
And some fucking loser is like, it's actually kind of uncouth to talk about your father
my
that
God.
way. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Be a grown up. Have a real
Yeah.
conversation.
And you won't go to a lick of therapy, and then you'll talk to me like
Right.
you're better
Yeah.
than me. And I'm like, I've been in the trenches with my inner child. You stupid bitch! Shut your
Yes.
fucking mouth. Your
Yeah.
mom's been calling you fat since you were like a toddler.
Meanwhile, me
Yeah.
and my inner child are locked in a cage in my brain, fist fighting each
Yes.
other. And you have no idea what it's like.
Yeah, yes. I haven't slept a full night of sleep without thinking about my dad still being alive and pranking me.
Yeah.
And you have to be like, your father was a respectable businessman.
Shut
and
up.
he gave you everything. And you were lucky.
God.
When it's like, a lot of people do this, like, I had food on the table fucking thing. It's like, you should have food.
Yeah, you literally
I
get
know,
arrested
yeah.
if you don't feed your kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is this?
Also, let me add this to the little equation.
Yeah.
None of us asked to be born.
right.
Oh,
None of us
Absolutely.
asked to be born.
Yes.
And now I owe my family politeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for any of this. I have to be a person for the rest of my life. I did not consent to that.
I know.
Dude, my dad didn't even ask for me to be born.
Right.
Right. Like, literally.
He was literally like, I don't want kids. My mom was like, well,
Guess
Well,
what?
I do.
Too
what?
bad.
And then she died, and now I just have to deal with that fucking asshole.
Yeah,
but whatever.
that stinks.
Yeah.
That is hot, wet shit, buddy.
Yeah.
I know. It's always the, I mean, in our situation, it's
Yeah.
like the good parent died.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I love my mommy who might listen to this podcast. I
Of
don't know if
course.
she does.
Yeah.
But it is like my dad was like the one who like we were boys.
Yeah. No, totally.
And he fucking croaked.
yeah.
Yeah, me and my dad were not boys.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. But I started to trot out your business. But
for
your
it.
dad is religious, correct?
My dad's a pastor.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Crazy.
my dad's an Anglican pastor.
Crazy.
And he's like, he's also like super conservative in like a libertarian way. So he's like a prepper.
Ugh.
He has like
Oh yeah, I forgot your dad was a doomsday prepper.
he has like MREs and distilled water in his basement.
That's nice.
And, like, a bunker
I
and
like
shit.
that. I
Yeah.
like that about him.
and he like doesn't believe that women should be in the military.
Oh.
And he's like a pastor and all self-righteous and shit. But then like maybe like a year after I was born, he like left for 5 years.
And
He's like, I love all of God's children except for the ones that I made.
Except for
Except for my own
except for
child.
those
Yeah.
two little turds.
Yeah.
yeah. Except for the ones that drunk lady popped out. Yikes.
And then now he's like trying to like be a part of my life more after my mom died, and it feels like the end of Lord of the Rings when the Eagles show up.
Interesting.
You're like, you could have been here the
Yeah.
whole
You
time.
could have done this the whole
You could
time.
have helped the whole
Cool
time.
reference, Dork. The Eagles in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, because you're like, oh, you can take them off Death Mountain, but
Yeah.
you can't put them on it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
nuts.
yeah. Well-
but the Eagles would be corrupted by the power of the ring. So
All right.
don't make me get into
I
that.
didn't know Allie was a virgin.
Yeah.
That's
That's right.
interesting.
I don't even know what a dick root is.
Have you been dry humping with your adult boyfriend this whole time?
my adult boyfriend?
Wait,
It's so funny,
It's so funny
to
to
call
call him
your
an adult
boyfriend your adult boyfriend. Hi, this is my adult boyfriend. We do hand stuff.
we know people that have non-adult boyfriends. Just because you're 45
That's
doesn't
true.
mean you're a grown-up.
No,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, we play Legend of Zelda and do over the pants hand stuff.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. Your inner child is healing.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because it feels like my dad is paying attention to me.
Yes, I wasn't gonna say it,
Yep,
but
yep,
you
we
went
were
ahead
all
and you've
thinking
been to
it.
therapy. So
That's true. That's
Wait,
true.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Uh-huh.
Because I've cut family member. I love cutting a family member out. I love chopping and dicing until
Yeah.
I'm all by myself. But
Hey,
at
fucking do
what
it.
point do you think it's okay to cut a family member out? Like how long? What's the timeline?
Here's the thing. I think if you're considering it,
Yeah.
something's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there are like special cases of bad people who are like, "Fuck you, mom and dad."
Yeah.
Of course, yeah,
And they're
that does
nice
happen,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's like it's such a hard thing to
Yes.
do
Yeah.
that if you're on the fence about it, you probably have had to do it for a while.
It's so frowned upon by everybody, and that's what makes it really hard.
But I don't think it should be. I think
That's
it's
what
a
I'm
goofy
saying.
thing to be frowned upon because like I said, none of us asked for this life.
Yeah.
None of us asked to be born. And none of us asked to be born into the families we were born into.
Yeah.
So if you were born into a bad and abusive family, that actually has nothing to do with you. Like, you
Yeah.
don't owe those people anything.
No, that's true. Yeah, I also think it's just like you have to think about like whether the relationships in your life are like serving you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like if the relationship is like neutral, where there's like some good stuff and some bad stuff, it's like that's kind of dramatic to like cut somebody
Yeah,
out.
you
But
can
it's
see
like,
them at Christmas or whatever.
exactly. But it's like if it's just like actively making your life worse
Yeah.
to stay in contact with them.
Yeah.
And they're not like your own kids.
Right, right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
we're talking about your parents, not your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like if you didn't have anything to do with them being there,
Yeah.
then it's like, then you can fucking cut them out. I don't fucking care, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
when I cut contact with my dad when I was 25, I like got sober, went into therapy, cut contact. The world was brighter and
Yeah.
crazy. I felt crazy and also so happy
Yeah.
in a way
Yeah.
that I had never felt happy before. And so many people in my life were like, dude, you put up with it for so long.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that was
think about
so
it.
nice of them.
Think about if it was anyone else. Like,
Right.
think about if I was talking about, like, maybe I should leave my boyfriend who treats
Oh,
me
yeah,
like
he was, like,
this.
doing shit like
Everybody
that.
would be
Yeah.
like, you're insane not to, actually.
Yes, yeah.
Or if you had a friend that was, like, constantly showing up and asking you for shit. Like, people would be like, hey, this is a bad friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this friend is not serving you. And I think it's the same thing. It's just like, you were circumstantially placed near these people.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
they're bad people, fuck them. Who cares?
Yeah.
This is another thing when you're like a giving tree, which
Yeah.
I naturally tend towards, and I am trying so hard to stop doing it because it does nothing but harm for me for the most part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's people pleasing.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, 100%. And I'm like, you just give and give and give, and then you're like 70 and you're filled with fucking
Resentment.
resentment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it like, I feel like it like ruins your spirit. And
No,
it's like,
totally.
you have one life, you got one spirit.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that I should white knuckle these fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, if your shitty abusive parent dies, it's okay that a part of you is like,
Thank God.
of
course.
yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Also, even if somebody like isn't shitty and abusive,
Yeah.
and they're just really sick for a long time,
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
there's absolutely some relief that they're not going through that anymore.
It's
Yeah.
okay for you to be relieved that you don't have to go to a hospital every day.
Of
Yeah.
course.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally.
But especially if that person was a shithead to you. And if that's the other thing, when you like talk shit about a dead family member and somebody's like, oh, you shouldn't talk about dead people that way. And it's like, fuck you.
They're not
I
here.
know.
You don't even know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Although the reverse is bad. I already talked about this on the podcast. I had somebody be like, you want to hear a story about a time your dad was an asshole? And I was like, no.
yeah, of
kill
course.
What are you, nuts?
Yeah.
You get to say it.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
I call my dead dad a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mom and my brother, because we're all broken from it. But
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
We were talking about this, how like sometimes my therapist will point out like things my parents did that set me up to feel a certain way about a certain thing. But I'm white trash. So for like years, my therapist had to deal with me being like, don't fucking talk about my parents.
Yeah.
He'd be like, you know how your parents were like emotionally distant about, and I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
They were very nice people.
Yeah.
Don't you smear the
did
Cassidy
their
name.
best.
Yeah, no, dude, I do that shit all the time too about my mom, or my
Yeah.
therapist would be like, your mom was a pretty heavy alcoholic, and I'm like, whoa, hold on, she was a
easy.
fun time gal,
Yeah.
and she's in hell now, not because she's bad, because she's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know
or
what
like
I
my
mean?
dad was a beach bartender, and that's a cool thing to be. And Jimmy Buffett and him are partying in
Yeah.
heaven.
In Margaritaville or
In
whatever.
Margaritaville, aka heaven.
Dude, he's just like in Times Square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also I
Margaritaville.
went there recently and it rips.
Dude, it fucking
We should
rules
all
over
go
there.
sometime.
I would love to.
I think I'm gonna kill myself there
I took a
when I do it.
I took nude
Yeah,
photographs
yeah.
with a very hot girl there, and then I tried to hook up with her, and,
And she said no.
So,
Oh wait, that's
you
where
think-
that was at?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Mike, you think you're embarrassed? You think you're embarrassed?
That one was crazy.
Oh my God.
What was the term? What was the term you used?
Oh,
I think I remember it. Expectation.
The expectation. Because I had a similar thought to you. This was a podcast fan. This is a person I was friendly with. She's very cool. She's very attractive. And she was like, I'm coming to New York. We should hang out. And then she was like, let's take like OnlyFans pictures because she's like a big booty OnlyFans girl.
Yeah.
I'm a big booty OnlyFans girl. And I was like, oh, she's using that as a soft launch for rug munching. But I didn't like...
Just slapping your meats
I know,
together.
right? Let's fucking scissor, baby. But I like... I feel this like thing where you're again a Z level slut on the internet that like there's so many awful men that use like an iota of power that they have to hook up with people who are fascinated with them or think
Yeah.
that they're like charismatic or whatever.
Or even just are like they feel parasocially connected to them.
Yeah, so I didn't want to do that. So we're taking all of our butt pictures and and laying on top of each other in fucking lingerie.
Meanwhile, Andrea has asked her boyfriend for permission to have sex with this person.
Dude, you come home and he's like, well, and then you're like, it was great. I had a really good time. Her pussy was so tight.
Yeah.
I guess. I
We
don't
both
know.
came hard.
Yeah,
I finger fucked her.
Her pussy was so tight on my fingers,
and I love that. I like it when it feels. I don't know.
like a finger puppet.
It
yeah,
felt like
I like it when it feels like when you're getting your blood pressure taken.
her boobs were like a bag of sand. That was a beautiful metaphor, I gotta say. That was really good with the blood pressure.
Yeah,
Good for
that
you.
was
That was
great.
actually excellent. But I like felt a perceived moment. God. And I was like, I just want to see if there's an expectation for us to be fucking. Because I was trying to get consent, but the word expectation is crazy. It's like
Yeah,
a
it's
legal
like
word.
clinical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have an NDA for you to sign.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, yeah, no. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Anyway, let me put my butt in front of this camera again.
Wait, yeah. Did you find out at the end of
At the
taking
end,
pictures?
at the
Oh, okay.
end,
Because
yeah,
in the
yeah.
middle,
Oh,
In the middle sucks.
you'd have to Photoshop out the tears.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, there's a butt picture and Andrew's looking over her shoulder crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to hide crying.
You're writing in your diary.
It's a photo burst of me
texting
being
your
rejected in
therapist.
real time.
She's calling me to come pick her up because
Yeah.
she's scared.
Dude, I'm in a hotel in Times Square.
It's
Can
ass
you
pics
come
of you
get
cutting
me?
yourself at Margaritaville Hotel and Suites.
Resort.
Resort, hotel,
yeah,
resort.
yeah.
Thank you.
Obviously.
Resort spa
Yeah.
restaurant.
Has a pool.
I love that
We
place.
we should get a pool pass for Margaritaville.
Yeah,
Oh my
absolutely.
This
God.
summer.
Absolutely, we're doing that.
Yeah, I need to reframe that place as a place of happiness and not a
Yeah.
place of
Yeah.
deep embarrassment. And this girl didn't do anything. I'm not being like, what a fucking tease. I'm
Of
being
course,
like,
yeah.
I am a
Can you imagine if you were?
I know.
This whore wanted to take butt pictures and then she doesn't even let me throw a finger in. What are you doing?
But it is hard to get sexually rejected at Margaritaville.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough.
That's crazy.
That's hard.
Yeah, thank you.
My
Thank
my
you.
boyfriend and I went to Margaritaville on our second date.
Beautiful.
That's the cutest.
And I was like, I'm gonna fuck this guy tonight.
yeah.
You know?
And he said, no, thank
And then-
you. I'm trying
no,
to
he
create a
did not.
consensual power dynamic.
But we were at Margaritaville and he was like, do you wanna hang out after this? And I was like, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I was like, I shaved my pussy.
Show me the base of the shaft.
And then he was like, I know this place that has cheap drinks and old bad movies. And I was like, he's gonna say his apartment. What a smooth line.
Yeah. Well,
And I was like, oh yeah, let's go there. And he goes, it's a bar like 9 blocks away. And I was like, oh, you fool.
yeah.
And then we walked all the way to the bar, opened it, and like I guess on the walk he realized that I was like, yeah, okay, we can go to
Yeah.
another bar.
Yeah.
And he like we got to the bar, he opened the door and he was like, you want to go to my apartment, don't you? And I was like, yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And Mikey, ladies are
But
horny too.
I
That's
could
right.
have
Yeah.
I could have gotten sexually rejected in that Margaritaville. Is
Yeah.
my point.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh.
danced
But
on
you
the
did
line
fuck
of
him
getting
the
sex.
second day,
I did
right?
fuck him on
Oh,
the
good,
second
good,
day,
good, good, good.
like a good woman.
like
That's
a
right.
soldier.
Yeah.
Like a woman trying to get someone to commit for dear God. yeah. So fuck families and
fuck families.
yeah,
Yeah.
fuck families, and I did not fuck this lady, no matter how hard I was trying. Sometimes you got to take the L, boys.
Fuck families and only go to Margaritaville with someone you're sure wants to fuck you.
Yes,
That's right.
dude.
That's right.
That's a hard
Was
one.
Or
she
your, or your
bisexual?
friends.
Yeah,
She was bisexual.
she was. Yeah.
I think this will lead nicely into Allie's Respectfully segment.
Yeah.
Should we take a break and come
Let's
back?
take a break. We're really gonna hit it hard in the end.
can't wait.
We're attacking society on a big level now.
Yeah, buckle up.
Gen Z listeners with green hair, maybe turn it off now. All right, see you soon. I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. I won't give you my kidney. Welcome back to Respectfully
back to
Podcast. I really
Respectfully.
wedged that in there. Can you tell I'm still mad about that one?
Yeah, I think
that's okay.
You can
Yeah.
definitely be mad about that.
You can be mad
grave.
about that forever if you
I
want.
think so. I
Yeah.
think so. And this is something that we're all mad about. And we're
Allie?
going to tread
Okay.
lightly. Allie, take
Get
us
in
away.
here, girl.
Okay, respectfully, I'm fucking so tired of every liberal white woman with a boyfriend saying she's bisexual.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we have
Brave.
I think we
Brave.
have 3 people here
Yep.
who can speak on this.
Yep.
Because here's the thing. In college, I fucked like half of the women's rugby team.
Nice.
And I had to stop because they all started fighting.
Whoa.
Okay, first of all, slay.
Allie
know.
slings good
I know,
puss.
dude. I was finger blasting my way through
Good
the rugby
for
team
you.
at
That's
Binghamton
awesome.
University. And,
Shout out to it.
However, I don't put on my comedy website queer Brooklyn comedian.
Right. Same.
It's not my entire identity.
Yeah.
I literally have a joke about how I'm not actually bisexual, even though I am.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
The joke I open with
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
is about how I'm pretty much just straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of people trying to get booked on comedy shows in June.
Dude, oh my god, every like gay lineup is
Yeah.
like 50 white women with boyfriends.
Yes.
And then like one Asian gay dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they're like, we're the same. And he's like, no, actually, my parents are immigrants.
No, we're
and
not.
They don't talk to
Yeah.
me anymore.
We're not.
Yeah, we're
It's
actually
hard.
not the same.
I
They all
know.
have mullets. They're
Yeah.
all like so beautiful. This is another thing that is
Mm-hmm.
in this universe. And this is a person that I do really like. But this gorgeous straight guy was like, oh, I actually really love like androgynous women. And I was like, okay. And then he pulled up a photo of a woman that he hooked up with.
And then he also showed us a photo of Kristen Stewart.
Right.
Yeah.
And it like, and this woman that he pulled up was Kristen Stewart.
That's why I brought it up, because
Yeah,
they were like
Yeah.
the same.
just cheekbones and beauty.
Yeah.
Beauty that like is beyond the binary. Like this
Yeah.
woman's like an alien. She's so hot. And like technically speaking, if this woman was queer, he could be like, I'm in a queer relationship.
This is what I was gonna bring up.
Oh
yeah, and
my
I'm like,
God.
These people who are in straight relationships, but they're both queer, so now they're like, we're in a queer relationship. No, you're not.
No,
I
you're
know.
not. No,
I
No,
know.
you're not. Because if you walk down the street in a place where they don't like queer people holding hands,
You'd
nobody
be
would say anything
fine.
to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So don't fucking act like it's the same thing. It's one thing to be like, I really like that my partner is queer. It's one of my favorite things about them.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
You can do that till you're fucking blue in the face. I don't care. It's another thing to be like, we're actually oppressed because we're both bi. Shut up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
and I will bring
You
up-
had a wedding where all your family was invited, and I bet you didn't tell them what you fucked.
Yeah. You didn't talk about the rugby team during your vows.
I know, dude. When I was in college, I had a internship at GLAD, which was the Gay and Lesbian Advocation, or like Advocates and Defenders, which
Shout
is
out
like
to them.
gay law. They
Yeah.
do like litigation and stuff for gay rights in New England. And I was like talking with somebody that I was working with, and she was also a intern, and she was like, I was telling her about my dad and how he's like super religious and shit, and she's like, does he even know that you're queer?
No.
And I'm like, first of all, what am I gonna fucking tell my dad?
Right.
I fuck women opportunistically, and it's really important to my relationship that you know about
Yeah,
that.
God.
Yeah, right, dude.
Yeah.
I'm also not gonna be like, I also call dudes daddy in bed.
Yeah.
That's, I think you should know so we can be closer.
Right.
Trying to make a boomer anti-racist. It's
Yeah.
like, enough with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shot people in the face in Vietnam. There's a lost cause
Yeah.
somewhere.
And I know that this is a lot of bi-erasure that we're doing right
Yes.
now, but we are talking about ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all women who have had queer experiences,
Yeah.
who are in straight relationships. And when I see other women, other cis women doing that, I'm like, you are faking the funk here.
Yes.
And
Because
also-
you've never
yeah.
dated a woman.
And
I
you-
know you. I've known you since
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah.
You've never done it.
And
Yeah.
you're damaging the like actual people. Like we talked a little bit before about like bi men, especially in like the millennial and Gen X area, where all people were doing were like, that's just a footstep to gay. And I also
Yeah.
was like, that was my mindset.
And
That
women
was
were
the
like,
time.
women wouldn't fuck them because they were gay and it was dirty to be gay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like these guys have been like really damaged by it. So it's like that's why I get hesitant with bi-erasure stuff. But like the youth, Ronnie,
Ronnie's a lesbian. That's
Ronnie-
different.
No, but I like they just don't have this experience of the shame as much, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I'm
But-
glad.
Chill a little bit.
Yeah.
Ronnie, can I
with
ask you a
it.
question?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like there are people who like bi people who try to equate your experience, and does it bug you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
nice.
100%. Yeah.
Nice. We just had to get a gay voice on record.
Yeah.
saying it. So it wasn't just the three of us being like bisexual people are annoying.
Ronnie, do you feel this too? Yes or yes?
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
gun to Ronnie's head.
Think about how 3 of us are here and there's one of you.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Ronnie, do you
absolutely
like
agree
your job and want to keep it?
Do a little bi-erasure.
Yeah.
Do it.
Also, wait, do you have like a lot of like bi women coming up to you and being like, is it weird when can you tell when people are like not actually in it?
Serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's 2 types of bi women. There's bi women who like just want to look at you and flirt with you, and then there's
Yeah.
bi women who I'm like, you're a lesbian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Totally.
So I've dealt with both.
Yeah.
I've seen this happen where I will be out with like a friend of mine who's a lesbian, and then there will be a girl who's like either like the fake bi that we're talking about, or she's just straight, and then she starts like flirting very heavily with the
Yeah.
lesbian woman.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? It's like
Yeah, you
literally
can't
just
use-
want the attention.
Yeah.
You can't
Like,
use women to prove a point.
I know,
Right,
exactly.
right.
They're like trying to prove to their friends that they're actually queer.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but that's a person.
I
You can't
know.
use that person that
especially
way.
if you're not gonna fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
If
better
you're gonna
actually,
flirt-
you better fuck them.
Yeah.
If you're gonna flirt with a lesbian, just fucking give her a
Just-
reach around.
I
You know what I
know.
mean? Jesus
For the
Christ.
love of God.
It's the les community, dare I say. They have no lesbian bars.
Yeah,
The only
there's
one
two.
is I know, but like it's like
But
a
it's
known
full of
thing.
That's my
bi
point.
women.
My point
Yeah.
is there's 2.
yeah, like in the whole
There's
world.
a million bars in
And
New York.
this is also
Yeah.
gay bars too.
Yeah.
Like when I was in
Yeah.
high school, I had like my friend from high school, Aaron Blank. What's up, Aaron? He's probably not listening to this, but he was like the only gay kid in our high school, and we would like sneak into the gay bars like underage. And so
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in gay bars when I was like really young, and like so like. And I think I like came up in a way where I'm like, oh, okay, like let me be respectful of this space and
Yeah.
whatever.
Sure.
Like it's not about me here, but
Yeah.
like ever since RuPaul's Drag Race became so fucking popular,
Women are
There's
straight
a-
women are spending their bachelorette parties at gay bars.
yeah, there's a
Yeah.
million every gay bar you go to, every good gay bar you go to is full of white women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting.
Trying to make a gay man into their purse.
Yeah, exactly.
There really is. There's this like thing that happens to liberal white women where like your brain gets all foggy and muddy because you do feel oppressed.
Yeah.
Because you're a woman and it stinks.
Yeah.
Being a woman stinks.
It's a
and-
scam.
And you
Yeah.
feel all the time you feel like people are talking down to you because they are.
Yeah.
And you feel like you live in a society that is working against you because it is, and everything sucks all the time. And then somebody goes, "Hey, you're actually not as oppressed as me." And you go,
Yeah.
I have to be
Yeah.
because I feel this way and I need this to be true.
Yeah.
But the truth is, you aren't.
Yeah.
The truth
Yeah.
is you aren't as oppressed as a black woman or a queer woman or whatever. So I feel like a lot of these women are trying to pull from experiences of oppressed people to
Yeah.
validate what they're feeling.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's like, brother, that's just how bad it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you're right. You are right about how oppressed you are. That is true and that is valid. Also, there's other people who have it a little worse
stop
than you, buddy.
taking up all the goddamn space.
Yeah.
It's like when the fucking Barbie
Three white
movie-
women on a podcast.
Yeah, look at us. And this is where it gets tricky because I don't like when white women make obvious points because they know things.
Right.
And that's not what I was saying you were doing.
No,
But
I know.
often when there's groups of white women and one of them is like, and obviously, no, I have privilege. I'm like, all of us know that. You don't have
Yeah.
to do that. You do that in front of people of color or whatever and be like, hey, listen, I get how fucked up it is. But like,
Yeah.
who is this for? Who is
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
like?
the performative allyship of white
Yeah.
women in front of other white
Oh
women.
my
Grow
God.
up.
We need to talk about intersectionality. Shut up. Let's go shopping. I don't want to do this anymore.
It is so funny for three like almost queer white women on a podcast to be like, God, these bitches are talking too much.
I know. And we're like, Ronnie, shut up.
Ronnie, what do you think? That's actually enough out of you.
Yeah.
Ronnie, have you ever, because this is something I think white women do if they sleep with lesbian or queer women sleep with lesbians, they often like know that maybe the lesbian is developing feelings if they have a sexual relationship for a long time, but they do the like, I don't know, and like, I don't know if I like can develop an emotional relationship, and they're just kind of like leading on a lesbian. You ever get got by a bi lady?
I like actively avoid bi girls.
I understand that.
Yeah. And then
Yes.
the bi women are like, oh, that's bi erasure.
Yeah.
Right.
Blah, blah,
but
blah.
My thing is like there can't be a threat of a man like that. It's just I'm too insecure for that. I can't
Yeah.
deal with that. So and also like I don't know. I like lesbians. So.
We
Yeah.
do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. A base of shaft can pull you out, man. I love dick. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's very fun. And yeah.
I turn full like I think lesbians should be with lesbians.
Yeah.
And gay guys should be with
Yeah,
gay guys.
yeah.
And straight people should be mushing genitals.
Yes. And if you're two gay guys and you're hot, it's actually straight, which was Lizzie's tag for one of my jokes. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
think if two gay guys are hot enough, it's straight now.
Yeah. If you're white and rich and hot enough and you live in Chelsea, you're actually straight.
That's
Oh,
straight.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
have like 3 tiny dogs.
Yes.
And one of them is a professor, and the other one, you
Yeah.
know, makes a ton of money.
Yes.
Yeah,
of
one's a
course.
professor and one's an Instagram model.
Exactly.
And they're
yeah.
just
they have a
like-
20-year age gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
beautiful and it's straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does
Absolutely.
that make sense?
It makes
No, I know exactly what you're
perfect
talking about.
sense to
Yeah.
me. If gender and sexuality are a spectrum, then straightness is measured on hotness and money.
Also,
Yeah.
that's only true in New York.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like LA maybe, I don't
Yeah.
know. But like anywhere like that, that's true. But if you're that kind of gay in Toledo, brother, good luck.
Yeah, I know.
You are gay.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gay as the day is long, and I
Yeah.
love you for
You're
it.
Bible Belt gay.
Yeah.
This is also like I think we may have talked about this before, but like the thing we're talking about with the like white queer women acknowledging their privilege, blah blah. It's like we were talking about women in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so easy to be that here. It's
Yes.
so accepted and it's so fine and like you're actually not really facing a lot of like you're not gonna not get a job.
If anything, you're,
Yeah.
For
you're
being
like
bi.
more attractive to
Yeah.
people.
Right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like one time I was on tour in like West Virginia and North Carolina, and we were doing these bars and venues that had like pride flags and Black Lives Matter flags in the window. And it's like, okay, here that's brave.
Yeah.
Because there's a
Totally.
bar down the
Yeah.
street with a Confederate flag in the window.
Yeah.
That's actually sick and brave here.
Yeah.
And like if you're by there and you're talking about this stuff,
That's
fucking
way
God
different.
love you, dude.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that for you. Be loud about it. Be like, this is something that's important to me and I'm going to say it because that's like cool. But then when you're here and everybody is already like, everybody moved here because they're cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, you don't have to make everything your fucking moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One woman show energy.
Yeah.
They have a one-woman show about how it was hard to come out as bi when
Yeah.
their parents got divorced.
Yeah.
And that's just the worst thing that's ever happened to them.
Triggering.
Anyway, then I married my husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we
All
have a
right.
safe space.
Whatever, man.
Can I make an elitist counterculture point to this?
Sure.
Okay. Whew, here we go. So people always shit on like beautiful brownstone, flyer in the front, sign in the front, BLM, whatever, science is real, all of the things. And I absolutely understand the point of like, you guys are rich pigs and this is purely for all the other rich pigs to be like, look how fucking great we are. Here's the thing. Sometimes I'm like, okay, but I would rather a rich pig that like cares about it enough to put up the sign than the really scary rich people.
I think the point is just don't only put up the sign.
100%.
Yeah, because
100%.
those same people a lot of the times are like, I don't want a homeless shelter in my neighborhood where like
exactly.
children play.
Right.
Yeah,
and
you're
it's
gonna
like,
put
dude,
up-
you moved to Brooklyn, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna move to Bed-Stuy.
Yeah.
You can put up a Black Lives Matter sign if you're a rich pig who lives in a brownstone. What you can't do is put up a Black Lives Matter sign and then call the cops when a homeless black person is on your block.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like, you can't have both.
Hard
Yeah.
agree.
You got to be one or the other.
So I know what those people are. It's like porn. You like when you see it, you know it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I often find in like a blue collar, white, not even blue collar, but like the community that Trump gets at, where it's like you've been robbed.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like these elites, and I'm like, at least these people are trying to give a fuck. Like you're openly racist and saying you're better than them because you're like real. Like shut the fuck up. I'll take a rainbow flag over your annoying ass every fucking day.
If those are our only two options,
Yes.
I know.
the rainbow flag is certainly better.
Which kind of
Yeah.
feels like culture's so crazy that those two tropes feel like our only two options, which is not true. But like TikTok
Yeah, well, that's
makes
Donald
it seem,
Trump and Joe Biden right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, that's
they
exactly
like
what
Donald
they
kind
Trump
of
is
are because of
like,
that.
we
Yeah.
should take away welfare.
Yeah.
And then Joe Biden is like, what's going on? Yeah, I love the gays.
Yeah, where am
He's
I?
like reading off of a teleprompter being like, I love Slay Girl. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, here's a picture of me shaking hands with a drag queen.
Yeah.
Vote for me,
And then
dem libs.
smelling her hair.
Yeah. I know. Here's the thing, dude. We all like smelling hair.
Hey, it's nice.
We all like smelling women's hair.
Yeah.
Just be cool about it. Just do it when you hug her.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it on camera, bro.
Yeah.
We've all been smelling people's hair this whole time.
Hair smells good.
Yeah. Let it press.
I'm
her-
also not the president.
Not the president.
Yeah. We can smell hair because we're not the president.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we were the president? The three of us, one big trench coat.
It'd be 3 raccoons in a trench coat trying to be the president.
I think we would do a better job, and maybe that's
I
crazy
don't.
ignorant.
No,
I
Yeah.
don't.
I would see comments online and cry about it.
Yeah, you're
and then
right.
I would like press the
I
nuke
was gonna
button.
say, you cannot give me the nuclear codes.
Yeah.
You know that thing that they say about how women can't be president because they'll set off nukes if they're PMSing?
Yeah.
That's this guy,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
If I'm a little too hungry and you give me a nuclear code, I'll be
Absolutely.
like, actually, where do you want me to aim
Yeah.
this thing?
I'm like, Florida, cut it off.
Yeah.
Cut it right
We're
off.
done.
Yeah.
We're done with
It's
that.
Cuba now.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I have a manic episode and I just nuke New York City because I
Yeah.
want to kill myself.
Or just but also just the logistics. Like I have 45,000 unread emails. Like
Oh,
I
no.
can't be the president.
Absolutely.
You know what I
Are
mean?
you fucking kidding
They'll be like,
me?
we've been waiting on you to sign this thing forever, and I'll be like, I don't know what most of these words mean.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
I have to
can't-
make a stand-up clip once a week, and I cry about it every week.
I mean, it's the hardest thing in the whole world.
yeah.
It's harder than being president.
Yeah.
We actually have really hard lives.
Yeah, it's really hard to be us, especially because we're queer.
I'm a queer dog mom with an adult boyfriend.
Oh my god. Also, have you ever seen those TikToks where people introduce themselves as like, I'm a mentally ill, fat dog mom, queer, bang having, tattooed, half white, other half Italian.
Yes.
It's like, shut up.
That's the thing. I see these people and I hate watch them, and it's like it's not because
Yeah.
I hate those groups. I hate you because you're annoying.
I know.
Yeah.
But then that person is like, I'm non-binary or whatever, and then some fucking little turf comes in
Yeah.
and is like, that's not real. You have a hormone disorder. And I'm like, no, you're more wrong.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, you guys are both annoying.
I'm
but
like getting
one of you is
annoyed at
wrong.
the first person, and then somebody tries to invalidate their identity, and I'm like, I'll actually kill you.
Yeah.
You're like, don't talk about my mom like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like you're ruining the fun of me hating this person for their personality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stop it. Let me look at it and go, oh my God,
Yeah.
enough with it.
Yeah, there was a do you know Brittany Broski? She's like
Yeah.
an internet personality. I think she's very funny.
Yeah, I like
I
her.
like watching her clips. She was on some other comics podcast whose name I forget, I'm sorry. And a caller called in and was like talking about bisexuality, and the other comic was like, I love bi women. I love them and their boyfriends. And then they got like so many people were so mad about
Yeah,
it.
people are gonna be mad about what
And
we're
guess
saying.
what? Guess what? The people who are the most mad about it are
bi
the
women
queer
with boyfriends?
are the bi women with boyfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we gotta be good people. We need to be seen as good people. We need to be seen as nice.
Yeah.
It's our central focal point.
Yeah.
We're healers. We're nice. We're kind. We're empaths. Let's just go shopping and be kind of shitty.
I know.
Also, like,
I'm so tired.
I'll say this: it's okay to just have a boyfriend.
I know. It's also okay to just be attracted to women.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're not bi.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Nobody
fucking
here is saying you're not bi. We're
Yeah.
just saying like it doesn't have to be your whole deal.
stop
Yeah.
centering you, this rich
Yeah.
white woman who moved from Westchester to Brooklyn
and
Yeah.
has a boyfriend.
and has a boyfriend and start acting like stop getting mad at Reagan like he did that to you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Just put on
Yeah.
your laptop on incognito mode and watch lesbian porn like
Yeah.
you did when you were 12, 13, 14, all
Yeah.
the time, forever and ever
Yeah.
and ever.
Yeah.
And have a nice life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Write your Doctor Who fan fiction and stop making TikToks.
yeah.
Yeah. We're going to ban TikTok. Also, thank you all to TikTok girlies who
Yeah,
are
well,
supporting
by the
us
way,
and
we
loving us.
love you.
We love you. Bisexuality is real.
Also, this is them.
yeah, I know.
All the girlies who like us on TikTok are bisexual, and we love them.
Yeah, I would like to be famous enough that I can openly hate my own audience, and we're not quite there yet. So,
I love
Yeah.
you. I love your boyfriend. I love
Yeah.
your dog. I love your Subaru.
Yeah.
I love everything about you. I love your fucking pride flag that you wear for some reason.
your nonprofit is making a difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, and you should send us the some free earrings that you make in your Etsy store.
Yeah, and
which
they're
is
of
your
a vagina.
yeah, which is your
You know how
main
you
source
make
of income next to your parents.
You know how you
Yes.
make earrings of a vagina because that's feminism?
Yes.
You can send me those. I'll wear them.
Yeah.
Also, before you go, real quick shout out. There was a bi woman who sent me pictures of her huge ass cans
I remember that.
Hell
That was
yeah.
cool.
in the bathtub.
See, now I like
now
them.
that we like.
Yes, they're floating around.
You know what? I take back everything I said.
That was a good day. Send them to me, please. Send them to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, if you are bi and have a boyfriend and need to let off a little steam,
My DMs are always open.
the DMs are open.
I'm not gonna send you mine because I'm not an idiot.
I'm not going to send you mine because
Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna
don't
send you
have
mine,
any.
Mike.
People are literally going to be like,
I said
"Who's
bottom
this little boy?"
What if I sent bottom of boob shaft?
Bottom of boob shaft.
Just like root, boob
Yeah.
root,
Boob root.
Start sending your roots, people. Let's all be safe and send roots.
Oh my God, we should go on that show Back to Your Roots. And then you just see celebrities' dick roots.
Oh my god!
And then you
you
have
have
to
to guess
identify
the
them?
celebrity based on the dick root.
Yeah.
I think I could win that game.
Absolutely.
Is this cake or is this dick root?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun too.
Yeah.
All right,
right.
well, join us next week to play Is It Cake, Is It Dick Root? Or is it Matthew McConaughey's Dick Root?
Let's all have fun. Allie, where can they find you and follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at It's Allie O'Neill. I also have a podcast called Worthless Clowns with
Great
Brittany Cardwell.
pod.
It's
Great
very
pod.
fun.
Yeah.
It's very fun. We talk shit, but we mostly talk about bugs. So
If you
you're
like
into
this
that,
podcast, do you like that podcast?
Yeah, they're weird
Yeah,
little
yeah.
guys. And their YouTube is fantastic, as is ours. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yeah.
You get to see a little costume.
Yeah.
If you haven't figured out that we were
By the
goofy
way,
shit.
where is Andrea?
Yeah.
Get it?
oh my God, where'd she go?
Oh, she's gone. She's gone.
Andrea's been bi-erased. Liz, you
That's
are-
it. Do the plugs.
That's
We gotta
the
get
plug.
out on that.
Follow me at Andrew Comedy 69. Follow Lizzie at what?
Lizzie Cassidy on Instagram. Lizzie with a Y at the end. Listen to my other podcast, Close Calls. Ronnie, Mike, you got anything for us?
I got a website. It's called
Yeah.
weirdaliosify.com.
Oh, that's so cool. She's so cool.
That's so cool. You're so cool and young.
You can listen to me and Ronnie's podcast. Mike Cuscarelli rules.
Yes.
Slay.
Hell yeah.
Total
My show,
slay.
and Ronnie is my protege.
Yes, we love Mike. Mike took a big hit today, and send pictures of your boob
Roots.
roots to Mike.
Send your roots to Mike.
Yep.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Thank you, Mike.